Hello everyone and welcome back. We are in Act 6
I'd want to do that here.
on our... Yeah, I can never remember this skill's name. On this Cobra Lash Raider. Okay, we are on the shore where we kill Hillock, only later on. And the mission here is to kill absolutely everything, so we can't just kill blues in this one. Should be fairly easy because most of it's trash apart from the end boss. Just make sure you get all the nooks and crannies around the edge. Now, I haven't checked my resist, but they're probably in the toilet after killing Katava. We'll have to see. Well, they're not that bad. 61, 39, 61. So we need to fix cold a little bit. Yeah, you have to kill everything, but you don't need to open any chests or anything that may contain monsters. And he's down. Now, that doesn't look like I completed it. I haven't cleared it. Where the hell's that? This can be really problematic if you can't find the last minions. Oh, I didn't want to do that. That's silly. That's going to slow me down so much. There they are. Now that we've opened it, we have to do all the monsters in here as well. Okay, it looks like I managed to complete it before they respawned, so we can go and talk to Lily. I'm going to finish it just in case the chest contains anything nice. Nothing major of note. Unless that jewel's amazing. Good. Right, how are we going to fix cold? Unclear at this point. Unless one of these jewels has resists on it. It's got fire and lightning resist, which will help cap that off, but it's not. Actually, that's really nice. 10% attack speed. Let's leave it for now. Okay, this area we don't really need to kill anything. We're just going to go to the exit. Act 6 is basically up until about the midpoint. Is just Act 1 from a different angle. And some new graphics. We'll leave the side area and go straight into the mud flaps. In here, across the top, somewhere.
My mana is gone.
Just wipe some of these out. And we leveled. Yeah, so along the top to the right hand side is your quest thing, and it's her we need to kill. And she's down. Grab the Eye of Conquest and run left across the top. And you'll find an exit, he says. Hopefully. There we go. We're now in the Karui Fortress. There is a god in here. Our first god. Tukohama. Okay. Let's put a skill point on.
Let me teach you the laws of war.
Yeah, don't stand in that, it hurts like hell. I pressed the wrong button to move, which is my problem. So in here, we're just basically avoiding his attacks while avoiding that big spinny fire thing in the middle. Eventually, when he gets to about half health, I think it is, he will spawn some totems that protect him with a shield. You need to destroy all the totems before you can hit him again. This is fairly straightforward. Just work your way around the edge, destroying the totems. And I missed one. Although maybe the poison will kill it. It did kill it. And now we can just kill him. He says, pressing the wrong button again, because, I don't know, it's that morning for it. This is probably a bit risky, and I've just used 2 flasks instead of 1, which was a bit silly as well. Now, that is a crafting recipe. When Sin actually gets down, he will give us our first Pantheon.
I am Sin.
Pantheon's little buffs. This one gives us, while stationary, gain 2% additional physical damage. Now, we do have to stay stationary when we're firing, so... And that's damage reduction, sorry, not damage. Now, the Pantheons can be upgraded. They've got extra stats on them, and you basically kill bosses in maps with a special kind of file. And once you've got them, it catches their essence, and we can use that to upgrade the Pantheon by talking to Sin once we get to endgame. So in here, we're just trying to find the exit. It's the exit to the prison. It's always towards the bottom. It can either be on the left hand or right hand side though, which is the sort of variance there. I think my whirring blade is killing stuff. So I don't even need to throw out my blades unless I'm against blues or rares. There we go, prison. I think I'm leveling precision, which I don't want to do. This one again is normally top exit. Might not be, but most times it's top. These things, these cage things with skeletons in the middle, have ridiculous HP. And again here we're just trying to find the exit somewhere. And there it is. Javon's Tower. Now, unlike the other prison, which had 2 areas and then the boss fight, this one has many upwards areas, and the boss fight is on the roof. Now here we don't need to really kill anything unless there's a big juicy pack of blues. So we're just shooting through the prison as fast as possible. The exits can be pretty much anywhere I found in here, apart from the last one, which is always in the middle somewhere. Now I'm going to step away and see if the poison actually kills. Don't go into what's close. I need to stop hitting those things. These claws are working extremely well. This will be a middle exit. We must be getting close to the ceiling, the roof now. What better way to spend the end of a day than with a beer on a roof terrace? Unfortunately, we don't have a beer. We have Chiron and Brutus. They're not the same as beer.
My mana is gone.
They're far less tasty. Do that one because it's 20% increased attack with ailments. We're going to have to get both those anyway. Okay, Javon is revitalizing Brutus after the last time we fought him. We're going to activate Blood Rage and get out of his way while just spinning around. Now, his main attacks here are this chain pull, but he'll also do this slam on the ground, throwing out a big load of spikes in front of him, which do a lot of damage. These become supercharged later, but right now they're just normal. So you just, when this happens, just sort of work your way around him. Now he's charged now, so he could do the charged attacks. Once he gets to around half health, I think it is. Or maybe it's lower than that. Javon will come into the arena instead of him. And there she is. Oops. Now when she's in that spinny sort of mode there, just go around her in circles, don't bother attacking. Because she hurts quite a bit when she does that. Every so often she'll throw down some killable books instead of just some normal books. When she does this, it's quite useful, especially on this skill, because you can bounce skills off the books and back to her. Doing that little bit of extra damage with each thingy. Then they merge to create some kind of super abomination. And this is where they're supercharged and they hurt like hell. So just keep moving around them, applying our poisons, and trying to avoid being splatted. Behind him. Are we running low on mana? We're running on mana. There. Running low on mana. I have a tendency to mumble. I should stop it. And it's just pretty much the same. When he slams through you, he can stun you and kill you. It's really unpleasant. And he's going to slam. At least it's well choreographed, so you know he's going to slam. But you see, he almost got me there. Just by running through me. And he's down. Now, there's the exit. We don't need to use that exit, though. Unless it's your first run through, in which case there is a crafting recipe in there. So we're just going to log out. And we are back in. We'll get a skill book from Tarkly for killing Tukahama.
Good work clearing another path through Axiom Prison.
Now, I think they're bigger than Sacreds. They're bigger than some Sacreds. I'll take that one. We should do both of them, really. 1990, 1998. We're going to keep that one because it's got chill and immunity on it. Once we're done here, we go straight to Prisoner's Gate. Now, unlike the previous Prisoner's Gate, where we pick a wall and run down it, this one we actually go straight down the road. So if we shoot down the road, just kill any blues on the way. Once we get to the end, we're going to drop a portal here. That'll be our way back. And now we just shoot through the Western Forest. Should have picked that up really, but going back for it. Grab the waypoint just in case we ever need it. I think there is a crafting recipe in here somewhere. Now in here we're looking for the waypoint again. Once we get the waypoint, we'll be going back to town and then using our portal to get back to Prisoner's Gate. Has anyone else noticed that loading times into other zones and towns seems really slow compared to how it used to be? If you're experiencing the same problem, let me know in the comments below. If you're not, then it may be my server I connect to and I might have to try it differently. Now you won't see actually what my loading times are, but they do seem excessive. And you're not seeing mine because I filtered, I cut them in. Okay, this is... I can't remember what this one's called. Aberath. he fires fire at you. Sometimes he jumps on you as well. Jumping on you is not nice. And he summons these ads every so often. Now, when he fires down the thing from the ceiling, that's the most dangerous phase. Just try and avoid the falling fire. Now, the fire he's leaving on the ground does persist for quite a while, so you want to avoid that. We get through this passage to the second part of the fight. We can just stand here without the fire hitting us. And now it's time to kill Abrath. He's summoning down fire. But we're just going to repeat the steps of hitting him and dodging the fire. He's got a lot of ads in here. Now this fire can become a real problem in this arena if you don't kill him quickly. And he's down. Sin will come in. Yeah, the fire in here basically lasts till he dies.
At last, your
Come on.
thirst is quenched.
He'll give us another god. We're going to stick with the one we've got. Now here we can log out. Get straight back in. I say straight back in. It took an age. Get the skill book from Vestal. And apply it.
A wretched sight.
Now Lily
While you've
Roth
been
now has
skulking
skill
about,
books
I've
for us.
managed
We
to
should
do a bit of
probably
hunting on
get
my own.
some of those. So let's do that actually. Let's get a cast when damage taken. A mortal call. We haven't got enough life for that yet. It's a guard skill, whatever it's called. That's it, steel skin. Let's do a steel skin. Because we can use that. Less strength requirements. And then 2 blue skills. One will be a curse. We can stick despair on it. Where's my despair? I really need to work out what's going in my other sockets. I haven't decided yet. And then we need another blue skill. Is it Frostbomb? Yeah, let's do that, Frostbomb. Frostbomb's quite useful because it can reduce their regeneration rate. Okay, now we're ported to the Riverways, which is the waypoint we came to get and then port back from. This one's a Chaos God. He can be quite nasty. I think he's called Puppet Master or something. There'll be 3 people around his altar. And we got to kill those before he will come out of the ground. Steel skin, Frostbomb. So there, he is there, but we got to go around the outside. Now in here, there is a chaos damage over time on the floor. You can't really avoid it. I mean, if there is a space where you can stand, then fine. Otherwise, you're going to have to use your life flask to sustain, or your leech, or your regen off our claws, which we've got. And now it's time to kill the Puppet Mistress. Now she will drop chaos on the floor, and every so often she'll move around. You want to avoid the chaos she's putting on the floor because it really does hurt. It's a very potent floor thing. And she's moved again. We are burning her down slowly. Ouch, stayed there a little too long. Where's he gone? Ugh. And he's down.
Farewell.
This is mana life flask recharge. If it was all flasks, it'd be well worth it. It just isn't. So we plugged that one back in. Tarky now has a skill book for us because we killed another god. We're going to activate that. We get quite a few skill books for killing gods. And then we'll get that.
Can't see why I'd want to do that here.
We're now going to go back to the Riverways. Now we continue for our quest, which basically means following the road until we get to sort of the right-hand edge, and then we can head downwards to the exit. The jump on dash really is crappy compared to flame dash. Flame dash would have got across there. And we'd have got there this time as well if I hadn't pressed the wrong button. Just going to kill these things. You don't really need to, but I'm sort of committed because I've already hit them for quite a while. And then there's the exit. Now here we're working back to Merveil's Cavern, so we will see some familiar sights soon. In here, this is a fixed layout, I believe. It seems to be pretty static. There might be some small variants, but it's not really noticeable. So the way I'm going tends to be the way you need to go. Kill all the blues? I'm guessing so. Clear those out so we can get past without getting stuck. Yes, this is the bit we run up to get into the Act 2 town. And they're down. Grab the waypoint and then walk into Merveil's Cavern. This is now just called the Cavern of Element. Grab the flag. Do not forget to grab that flag. I've done it so many times. It's not good. We're going to head for the life now, I think. Maybe get some... I don't think we get crit there. That's not to say we won't. I need to remember the path of building I rolled for this. I got so many different builds, I can't remember which is which. Having said that, this league hasn't been so bad. We've got 3. I've got this one, I've got the Toxic Rain Miner. If anyone fancies Toxic Rain Miner, there is a guide on my channel. It's incredibly detailed. And then I've got the Bleed character, which I'm sort of just playing with. I haven't actually done much on it. I've done one video on it, just because I was so astounded at the damage it does. Okay, we need... Now, can we get this way? The loop round? No. So that looks like it's the exit. It's just how do we get there? And remember as well, sometimes the exits are off the edge, so you don't actually see the real exit. What you're actually seeing is the entrance to the next area. Because the way Path of Exile works, if you don't have to use a loading screen, it basically means the next area is already in the map, and then the doors just become like a teleport. Okay, this looks like the right way, I think. Ooh, alteration. We like alterations. Okay, there we go. Now we're on the beacon. Grab the waypoint, and then we try and head up the beach, right to the top. Now this has multiple layouts. Some are to the right, some are straight upwards, and some are none of those. It's very rare that it's none of those, so... For the blues. Keep shooting down the beach at high velocity. Now be careful in here. A lot of the mobs throw those water balls out. Now they will freeze you. And freezing you is bad because you can get killed and you can't do anything about it apart from hit you flat and hope to stay alive. Where are we at with these skills? This one is 16. That's 40. We are going to have to level this one up, so let's do it now actually. The higher it is, the more power your skills will bring, because Guess from Damage Taken can only trigger spells that are at its level or below. When I say level, I mean the level requirement for using the skill. That means the higher the level, the more powerful the skill attached to it is. The lower the level, the faster it will fire, because you need less health to trigger it.
My mana is gone.
Health to trigger it? Yeah, health to trigger it. I sort of forgot what we were talking about. In here, what we're doing is we're moving these containers. They sort of slide across the floor. If you move out of its circle of influence, it will go backwards. So do try and stay in the circle of influence at all times. Now, the normal things that bother me in here don't bother me, because I can just spam them with the claws. Now, I fluffed Cobra Lash again at the beginning of this video, which is really odd, because I actually said to myself before I got on, Cobra Lash, Cobra Lash, Cobra Lash, Cobra Lash. and still managed to forget. Speaking of something that sounds like Cobra Lash, I don't know if anyone's watched the series of Cobra Kai on Netflix. Amazing show. I highly recommend it. If you like it, I'm not just good for games. If you don't like it, I probably am. We're bleeding. I don't have an anti-bleed flask, so I'm just going off the life flask, hoping it's enough. So the bleed runs out. Now here, if you move away too quickly, these things can slide back out. Once they're in, they've fueled this beacon. We can hit it and then touch it again to throw the flag in, which turns it black, and then Wayland Roth will come here.
So you're the
Wayland Roth will take us to the Brian King
Don't
Reef.
think I'm
And in here we have some skill points to apply, so let's do that. Yeah, we're coming through here and then up round here. Let's just talk to him. Grab the waypoint. Now here, the Brian King is around the edge somewhere. He really can be almost anywhere, so just zoom around the edge of the arena, making sure you cover all the nooks and crannies, because if you go past it, you then spend hours trying to find the nooks and crannies you missed to come back, which is a real pain in the ass and takes so much time. So nothing yet. Just going to clear those because there's so many of them. It'll become a danger. This particular area is extremely dangerous because those rock creatures do slams that can one-shot you. In fact, I have been one-shot several times by those things. Doesn't feel great. Okay, there it is. Brian King's Rune. Need to remember to use Despair until it can be triggered by caster and damage taken, which will happen eventually.
Such a fine example of womanhood. I simply knew you wouldn't disappoint me.
Now here, we're waiting for quite a while for this to come out of the ground. Now he's one of the bosses that when he actually comes out of the ground, he's got a period where he takes less damage. And that's for people with mines who can just spam the arena and fire it on him all at once. So he doesn't insta-pop.
My mana is gone.
Now that white shield around him is incredibly dangerous. Go nowhere near him when that shield is up. And then he basically tries to slam you most of the time. In here, the arena is actually the most dangerous part of the fight. So every so often he'll go into this phase. I think this is 75%. Now, during this phase, water shoots from the outside and there are lightning circles on the ground. The lightning damage done by these are such that they will one-shot you if you haven't got full resistances. You see there, I went through his shield and started taking damage. It's like some kind of shield that just does a dot. We will activate Blood Rage because I forgot to. And now that we got ads, it'll keep itself up most of the time. Okay, we're going to the second phase of this. This will be at half health. Now, in the last phase of this, which I think is 25% health, he keeps fighting you instead of going into this phase, but you still get the water coming in. That part of the fight can be the most nasty. And if you've got a skill that does a lot of ground effects, it can be problematic for you seeing the lightning, so you might need to keep the ground effects to a minimum during these phases to prevent getting taken unawares by the floor. Okay, so we're going to this phase now. We'll have a short period. You'll get back up, but the arena won't expand. Oh, the water around the edge also kills you. Like that. And he's got to die soon. But yeah, this bit's particularly nasty. Because escaping his slam's a real problem, because you haven't got a lot of arena space, and if you jump with your movement skill, you'll actually run into the wall, which hurts. And Silagoth is down, or the Brian King, or as we call him, the King of Brian.
Born of ocean's mire,
He's not the Messiah, he's a very naughty boy.
and thus the Lord.
Now this is our first major Pantheon. We'll get that one first, and then we're going to switch to that one when we get it, which is from the Sun and Moon fight.
How did
Waylon Ross has got some of the best voice lines in the game.
get away?
You've been watching Altec 2K. Thank you for watching.